What's good, everybody?
Hey.
Welcome back to WoT In Color, the dopest black woman hosted podcast for the preeminent Wheel of Time series. I today am Keba.
And I today am Shar.
Hey, Jambo, Shar.
Jambo. Jambo Keba for today.
Up. Sometimes you gotta switch my wig, make them feel like I'm cheating. Like, you gotta switch it up.
So today you're Keba.
Today I'm Keba, though. I'm too tired to even try to think about being anybody else.
Listen.
It is so easy to be me. Get into it.
Listen. I'm here for it.
How are you? Check in. How is your week? How is everything?
So... Girl.
Tea time.
Life has just been lifing.
All over the place.
Crazy. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to say I'm tired because I say that literally every single week.
The truth is the truth. And we shall speak it every day. But go on.
Yeah, life has just been lifing. Mm-hmm. And I'm just here trying to ride the wave.
We holding it together, y'all.
That's it.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, y'all.
Shit.
There was a little boo-boo. We made a little boo-boo. Ooh. Actually, it wasn't a boo-boo. It wasn't our fault. It was a bubble of evil.
Yeah, them evil bubbles.
Yeah, so we had a bubble of evil, and our entire recording for last week is non-existent.
Wild. We did it. It's just...
Yeah, we had
it is between the three people who added. Apparently,
we had we had a wonderful conversation.
Indeed.
About chapters 29 and 30.
Yeah,
we had an amazing guest.
Indeed,
one of our patrons and friend to the show. Yes. Shout out to Melissa.
Hey, girl.
Hey, sis. Listen, sorry that your entire experience with us was not captured digitally. But we had a wang dang doodle with you.
We did.
And so, since there's nothing that we can do about that, we were the week before we were talking about having the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change.
Amen, somebody. Amen. I say.
So since we can't change the fact that episode 15 is non-existent,
it's all up in your mind.
We're just gonna move forward.
Yep.
With today's episode, which we are talking about chapters 31 and 32.
Yep.
And what we'll do today, Keba, if you don't mind, we'll just to keep people up to speed, we'll do a very, 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 very brief recap of chapters 29 and 30.
Yep.
And then we'll actually get into chapters 31 and 32.
All right.
That sounds good.
I'm with it. Maybe we can do something on the Discord or something when it's the release week for episode 15, because we don't got an episode. So maybe we'll just be extra hard in the Discord.
Okay.
So hint, if you are not in the Discord yet, I mean, we're already on episode 16. Go ahead, get your ass in that Discord,
please, so
that you don't miss anything. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's that.
Yep. And that sucks because it was listen,
I still
have my notes. I still have my notes and I still have themes and things. So again, we can always take these themes and jump into the Discord.
Yeah, we can talk offline.
We can have a
sort of
Discord episode.
Not really offline because it's still online. But off of podcast line.
Right. We can have a Discord episode of WoT In Color where we talk about the themes in real time. So don't miss that one, because I know if it was good with just the three of us, I can only imagine what it's going to be like with everybody. So
we got to get Melissa back on the show.
We absolutely do.
Because friend listeners, Melissa was an excellent guest.
I mean, she had notes.
She was wonderful.
Flags.
Wonderful. You know, I think Keba still called me a dark friend. I don't remember.
I probably did.
And
it sounds accurate.
Melissa had my back, you know.
Did she?
You know.
I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never know. Because that recording does not exist.
It doesn't exist. Anywhere. So
yeah. So anyway.
Yeah.
So let's do that then. Brief overview of 29 and 30. We're not going to get too deep into it. We're not going to talk about any themes or anything. let's get into it. But before we get into that,
yes, ma'am. Oh, is it time?
Oh my God, here we go.
Is it time? Let me cue the button.
Oh God, let me let her have her fun.
Ready.
Let's let her have her fun, y'all. Y'all know what is about to happen. Go ahead on, girl.
Brava to all of our friend listeners who support us financially to make this thing keep going, even though apparently we don't know how to record for real because we out here losing we don't know episodes and shit.
Fuck we're doing.
But
thanks for your support.
We love you.
Thanks for your support. So for all of you wonderful people who support Black women just because we're dope, losing episodes notwithstanding.
Oh, that's fair.
We appreciate you, and we honor you.
Yes.
Aradia.
Woo! Let's go, Aradia. Let's go.
All right. Okay. We can't do this for everybody. This is a long list. We can't do this for everybody.
That doesn't feel fair.
I mean, we love everybody. We love y'all. We love y'all so much. But I'm just gonna shout out our patrons.
Well, let me give them this. Yeah.
That's for everybody. That's for everybody.
Yes.
All right. So, Aradia, Koala Sadai, Lumen, More Shady, Woo! Mistress Dovey, Goat Brother,
I'll golf clap in
the Melissa, who visited us, but we don't have the recording. We're so sorry, girl. We're so sorry. Miss K, Rob Christensen, Dr. Talib Hudson.
Hey, Dr. H.
Jack Shadows.
Hey, Jack.
Bane and Chiad. Malkir Talks. Leia. Light Blinds and Fool. DT. Screaming Spud Monkeys. Steven Reese Carter. Spencer. Iman. The OG. Jason Dendel.
What?
George Justin Moreau. April. Anya. Ashokova. Charlie Edmonds. TT78. Shelly. Ian. And Skeeterish. Thank you, y'all.
Woo, you said Anya, and every time you say their name, I'm like, sail away, sail away, sail away. Oh my goodness, I need a nap.
I think we all need a nap, like a week-long nap.
Listen, send me on vacation just so I may.
I definitely want to take a vacation where I literally do nothing.
Go to the Caribbean.
And do nothing though. Like I don't want to do any excursions.
Go to an all-inclusive resort
and just stay there
and just enjoy the free food.
You know what else too? A cruise to nowhere. We'll do that.
Oh no, I can't. I gotta go somewhere. Baby, I get motion sick real bad.
Okay, so no cruise to nowhere.
Yeah, I can't just be on a boat 7 days straight. I need breaks.
No, the cruise to nowhere be like 3 days or 4. They don't be long. But if you get motion sickness, I get it.
Yeah, I need the break.
Yeah,
I need the.
I've only been on one cruise and it was 4 days, 3 nights, 4 days.
Just in the water.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, it was a short. We went to Canada, but went to Canada and came back.
So and that's not a cruise to nowhere.
It wasn't. No, I didn't say I went to a cruise to nowhere. I'm saying the only cruise I've ever been on.
Ah, okay. Oh, so we need to cruise.
Yeah.
I think we're at appropriate cruising appreciation age.
Yes, we are.
And
absolutely.
so I think
absolutely.
I think we need to just go ahead and get on a little. I mean, not Carnival. I think also I am of.
And it was a Carnival cruise that I went on.
Yeah.
You know. It was fun.
Listen, I did Carnival twice, and shout out to them, you know, in my 20s.
Yeah.
Where, you know.
So what are you thinking? Royal Caribbean?
I'm so Royal Caribbean.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm so Norwegian.
Or Norwegian cruise line.
Honey, get into it. I'm Virgin Atlantic.
Yes.
You know, I've arrived.
You know what I wouldn't mind doing, honestly? Don't laugh at me. You already laughing. I might even say she's laughing, y'all.
Because I know there's about to be some shit. You over here like, well, don't laugh at me.
It's not even that serious.
Oh, okay.
I want to go on a Disney cruise.
Oh, no, that's not bad.
Yeah, see?
Oh, no, yeah, I would do a Disney cruise.
Yeah, I think that would be so super cute.
Yes, I do too.
Yeah. Anyway.
But I don't want no babies, though. I'm sorry, baby girl.
Just the adults.
We got to take on the next one.
We'll tell you about it.
We'll We'll bring you pictures.
We'll bring you with us next time. Well, she's been to Disney World, so.
Have you never been to Disney World?
I've been to Disney World twice.
Oh, okay.
But she just went last year. So while I was at JordanCon last year, my child was in Disney World.
Well, she was living
having big fun with the wretched. Oh my gosh. Okay.
That hits on more than one level, baby.
Oh my god.
Sorry for the inside joke, y'all. Okay, we're back.
Let's keep it moving because this is already going to be an 18-hour episode.
Already.
Because we have to recap last week that happened, but never happened because
it happened in your mind.
So, okay. All right. Let's get into why we're here. After we get our giggles out. We're not ready yet. Oh my gosh.
Shit. Okay, I'm sorry.
Big fun with the wretched.
Woo!
Shout out to the Cosby Show. Shout out to Claire Huxtable. Shout out to Black Mamas.
Black moments in history, baby.
Yes.
Woo! Shit.
Okay.
All right.
So, chapter 29, which we mentioned last week that y'all haven't heard, that y'all will never hear about, was called Eyes Without Pity. And we were with Perrin, Egwene, and Elias, and Bella. And they had just left the traveling people because they just had a feeling like it's time to go. So Elias had them racing, and they run into some ravens. So they're running from ravens, and some of the wolves get hurt from the ravens. Elias takes them to an abandoned steading, and we learn what a steading is, and we learned that that's where Ogier lived, but this one was abandoned, and apparently Egwene you can't channel inside of a steading, so Egwene feels a sense of loss, and they go there because it's the closest, like it's safe because the ravens won't go into the steading, and also there's like a water source, there's like a pool, a water source, not sauce. Source.
I was like, water sauce. That sounds delicious.
Right? And so they make camp there for the night. And there's like a remnants of Arthur Hawkwing's statue.
Yes.
And apparently he built a statue because he was going to make that a capital city inside the setting because Aes Sedai can't channel in there. But he died the same day the statue was finished.
And isn't it ironic?
Right. And then chapter 30 is called Children of Shadow. And basically Perrin and Egwene get arrested by some white cloaks. That's pretty much what happens.
It was a citizen's arrest.
They get arrested, and we meet Lord Bornhold, relation to the child Bornhold that we met back in Barelon.
Yes.
So, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's not spoilery. The Bornhold that we met in Barelon is the son.
Yeah.
This grandfatherly man that we meet in chapter 30 is the father.
Yep.
And so they get arrested, and they really got it in for Perrin because apparently Perrin killed 2 white cloaks.
He got to chopping
and wolves got busy too.
Yep.
It. And that's basically it. They're taking Perrin to Amador because he has to, I guess go on trial or whatever. And then they'll chop off his head, I guess.
Right. I was like, that don't even sound like a trial. They just literally gonna take him to get slaughtered. Maybe tortured and then slaughtered. Probably. But death is at the end of whatever's going to happen.
And that's it. That's how we end chapter 30. Do you have anything to say about that? Do you want to mention anything? I mean, we talked about it in depth last week. I know.
And so remind me, is it something in the land in the steading that kind of blocks the Aes Sedai's power or ability to channel?
So all we know at this moment that for whatever reason, no, I'm serious, that when someone who can channel goes into a steading, they no longer can sense the true source. Does
the ability or does the reason why ever occur in any of the forthcoming books?
That's the reason. I honestly
is there like some vibranium built into the sand?
I don't think I think it's one of those things that just is. Yeah, I think that's something. It just is. It just so happens that for whatever reason,
this
the old gear setting, you cannot touch the true source within a setting. I think it just is. I don't know if it was intentional. Is that what you're asking? Like, was it intentional?
Right. Or like, was it like, again, is there some like, was there a comet hit in this part of the earth 20 million years ago?
So here's what I will say. And this is a little spoilery. This is not the only setting. So Ogier are a race of, I guess, they're not humans, right?
Sounds very monstrous.
Okay. But there are a bunch of them.
Okay.
Throughout the world.
Okay.
This one happens to be abandoned.
Oh, so the Ogier steadings are...
It's where they live.
So steadings are where Ogiers live.
Ogier. It's both... No, S. Ogier is both
plural
singular and plural. Yeah.
So the steading... So anytime you see a steading, you will see an Ogier.
Yes. But this one is abandoned.
And that one is... Okay, interesting.
Yeah. And it's popular because it's the only source of water for like miles. So everybody knows about it. Because if you're traveling that way...
About this particular steading.
Steading.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah. Because they need, you need water. This is the closest water. And they go there.
Okay. All right. So that was one question I had and kind of reflecting on like the recap just now and the conversation we had last week.
Yeah.
I mean, I will give you guys a little taste. I'll jump into my notes real quick.
Okay. Oh, and while you're looking for that, the White Cloaks are actually headed to Camelin as well.
Yeah.
And so I do remember, I think you said one of your predictions was that because they're going to Camelin, they will make it to Camelin.
Yeah.
With, as prisoners.
That I did say that last week.
You did say that.
You can believe me or you cannot. But I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be a tease. I can't even find the notes. I just had them up and I just closed them because I didn't want to get confused. But some of the things that we spoke about last week theme wise, and I'll make it super brief, was the lie by omission.
Yes.
Right? Like, did Perrin lie when he was telling the story to the White Cloaks? Or
because they asked them,
right,
what are you doing? Where are you going?
And he gave
what's going on?
A story that had...
He said that they've never seen Camelin and they just wanted to go see Camelin. And we were talking about, and I was saying, well, he lied because they specifically asked him, why did you leave the Two Rivers?
Yeah.
And the reason for leaving Two Rivers is not because they wanted to see Camelin.
Yeah.
The reason for leaving Two Rivers is because they were whisked away by Moraine and Lan.
Yeah.
Because evil things are after them.
And define whisked because...
And so we were talking about that, is it lying when you just omit the truth and everything?
Yeah.
And then we talked a little bit about Aes Sedai and how the words they say are always true, but your understanding of what they say may lead you to believe something else. Like when they were in Bear Lawn and Moraine was like, here I'm called Alice. So I would imagine that if she meets someone in Bear Lawn, she cannot say, because she doesn't lie, right? She's not going to say, my name is Alice.
Right.
She's going to say, oh, you can call me Alice.
Yep.
And then the person will assume, oh, that her name is Alice.
Yeah.
So, so we chopped it up a little bit about that.
Yeah, we chopped it up about a few things, but I don't want to drag this episode out.
Yeah, because we got to get into chapters 31 and 32.
Yeah, so let's dive in head first because we like to swim. It's a lie. If anybody can teach me how to swim, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, really?
What?
Oh, we got to go to the Y,
barely like getting my hair wet.
Let's go to the Y.
Okay. We
got swim classes.
Cool, because then we could get on the ship afterwards.
Take the swim classes
it's
and then get on the cruise.
New York telephone.
Look at us planning. Okay. All right. So, one thing I didn't mention in the recap. Yeah. So when they get arrested, Elias is like, don't worry, I'll meet up with y'all. So we don't know where Elias is. He's gone. Hopper was killed.
Oh yeah, because Melissa very poignantly reread his scene, his death scene.
His death scene was very sad.
Yeah.
Hopper just wanted to fly.
Melissa, come back.
Yeah, girl. Please come back. And we're so sorry about the bubble of evil that
evil bubbles
eliminated last week's recording.
Yeah, wild. But.
Yeah, so Hopper was killed and Perrin is in trouble because in the melee, he killed 2 white cloaks.
Yep.
All right, so chapter 31 is called Play for Your Supper. And we are in a Rand point of view. And I know you're so happy.
I missed it so much.
I know you did. You couldn't wait to come back to Rand and to see your friend Matt.
Oh, maybe that's why I'm over his perspectives.
Because Matt is in it. Because he's with Matt.
Right. If we are in Rand's head, then we are subsequently with Matt. And I don't like it. No me gusta.
No te gusta?
No.
Okay. So the sword is the sword. The symbol is a sword hilt. And I was actually confusing myself. I'm not sure if it's a sword hilt or the hilt of the dagger. I think it's the sword hilt though.
Well,
because I didn't see a ruby. I think is that a heron? A heron, not heroin. Heroin. Hero.
That is giving heron.
It's giving the heron. Okay, I thought so.
That's the beak. Look at me. I'm about to school her. That's the beak. Those are the wings. That's the head. That's the heron.
Okay. Heron. Click.
I spots my click from deep. What you know about that?
What you know about that? What you know about
yeah,
they say I know all about that.
Hey.
All right, shout out to T.I. Okay. All right, so Rand and Matt are walking towards Camelin. And they're in what seems to be a dust storm. Did you understand that part? Like there's dust coming up.
Yeah. I don't understand how they ran into a random person and was like, take these scarves. We've got enough. I'm like, what?
Okay. So I feel like it was dusty, but like the dust it would be more dust when people were on, obviously, like coming through on horseback. So they're kicking it up or whatever. And so they're wearing scarves that they got from a farmer. The farmer had given it to them to protect their faces from all of this dust or whatever. And then we get like a brief flashback of when the farmer gave them the scarves. And so apparently...
Okay, that was a flashback, yes.
Yeah, it was a brief flashback. And then we come back to the present. And apparently there have been some days that has passed since they left Whitebridge. But we don't know how many.
Right.
But it's been a few days. So they're both walking, with the scarves covering their faces. And then they saw like a dust cloud that indicated that there were some people coming their way on horses. And so they hide in like a hedge. Because they're avoiding anybody on horseback because they're still afraid of like the fate that that Tom had it out with or whatever. So they hide in the hedge. They let the men who are on horses go by before they come back out. And Rand is looking at them and he says they're plainly dressed, but they're not like merchants' guards or anything. They're not villagers, but they're also not merchants' guards or whatever. So Rand's like, all right, they not after us. And your boy Matt is just like, yeah, maybe, like he's all super extra suspicious. And then we flash back again to the days immediately after leaving Whitebridge. So it's a lot of flashbacking.
Yeah.
And I'll just spoiler alert, the next couple of chapters are like that.
Oh, so we're just still with Rand.
Yeah, we are still with them and it'll be a little flashbacky. So but it's not so bad.
Tomatoes.
All right. So immediately leaving Whitebridge, they talk about how, Rand thinks about how they saw a lot of traffic, with most folks headed towards Camelin, just like they were. And sometimes they got rides in a farmer's wagon. Like I said, they always avoided men on horseback. And actually the first village that they saw after leaving Whitebridge made Rand kind of sad. Because it reminded him of home, but the only difference is when they went through that village, even though the people kind of were like behaving just like people in Emmons Field, I think he said like the houses looked a little different. Like I think they don't have the thatched roof that they have back in Emmonsville. So that looked a little different. But the main difference was when they walked through, nobody looked at them. Nobody cared.
Right.
Because they were so used to strangers. So he was like, that's different for Emmonsfield. Strangers is a big deal.
Right.
Emmonsfield.
I mean, that was literally the the title of the first chapter.
Yeah. Well, no, it was
Stranger did
the
something.
second chapter, or it wasn't the first chapter. First chapter was the an empty road or something like that.
Oh
Yeah.
Strangers was the second chapter.
Yeah.
Well, you done read this book 8,000 times. So I'm not
I can neither confirm nor deny the amount
You
of
ain't
times I've
gotta.
read.
You ain't gotta. Anyway.
So they did the best they could, right? Eating and sleeping when they could. Sometimes their meal was just water, right? So they were a little hungry. They don't have a lot of bread because everything's expensive. You know, I guess the further away you get from Emmonsville, the more shit costs. Right?
Life.
Right. So Rand is like, listen, Matt, your dagger got a whole fucking ruby. Like, we could eat like kings for like months. You know what I'm saying? We can. He was like, that ruby could get us all the way the fuck to Tarvalon and back in some carriages.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So of course Matt is like, yeah, fuck out of here. Fuck you want to sell my dagger
that
for?
I stole.
Right.
That I'm not supposed to have.
Why don't we sell that sword? And so Rand is like,
bitch, I will fight you.
like, he's my father.
Right. First of all,
Tam is my father. So they have a glaring contest. They just, you know what I'm saying? With the
where's Nynaeve?
they just staring at each other, you know, with the evil face or whatever. And then finally Matt like relaxes and he was like, listen, who are we gonna sell it to? You know, any farmer would have to pay in chickens. And we can't buy shit vicious. With chickens. So the chapter goes on and it talks about how sometimes they actually did get to sleep on a farm in exchange for like a day's work or whatever. But on one farm, Matt kept looking at everybody with his shifty eyes, talking about like, why would they let strangers stay with them? You know, and so
meanwhile, you're the whole damn stranger.
You're the whole fucking stranger, and now they looking at you crazy. And so the one farmer was like, yeah, so we had forgot that our sons said
they was coming.
It's for them, and they big, all of them big.
Yeah,
they
cannot
big
take them by yourselves,
and they gonna be here any minute now. Any matter of fact, where they,
I think I see their carriage.
Right. So y'all
that's
better,
their headlights.
That's
their horse. That's Clopper.
Right. That's the horse name.
Clopper. That's the Clopper. Yeah, that's Clopper.
I love how you just named a random horse.
Listen, clearly horses have names here. So.
They all have names here. Yes, they do. Yes,
and none of them are named Black Beauty, but I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Maybe they are, maybe they're not. Listen, I don't know.
Literature, okay? History, okay?
So they gave them like a bunch of food and shit. It was like, roll out.
Bye. Immediately.
So, and then another time they said, you know, sometimes they would set the dogs on them. They said one time the dogs got set on them while they was working on the farm. Yep. Probably because Matt was being shifty-eyed.
Matt was over here looking like he's trying to rob the place at midnight.
Exactly. So they was like, nah, get him, Cujo.
Right. Like half a mile. Them dogs is gone.
So then they get to the Grinwell farm.
Aww.
And the Grinwells, they have 9 children. They need
a TV. They just be in there fucking.
They just be fucking. They
just 9 kids. 9.
Listen, that's how it was.
Electricity, baby.
Oh my gosh.
A board game or something.
Something to do.
Some cards. Shit. Y'all ain't got enough. Y'all live on a farm. That's
look at all them farm hands.
Farm work and fucking.
And look at all the farm hands they got now.
Just smelling like farm and sex. Just.
Oh my God. So Mistress Grinwell is, you know, very motherly, you know, kind of reminds them of Egwene's mama and them. Yeah. And so she insists on washing they filthy ass clothes. Like, you're not finna be sitting on my dinner table with them nasty ass clothes. So, you know, they give them clothes to wear while, you know, and everything. And so after, while they're working, the eldest child, Else, I don't know if it's Else or Elsie, but we'll say Else. So Else was pretty much like smitten with Rand. And she's standing there watching, twiddling her little curls on her hair, whatever. She giggling and shit, talking about, I like tall men and shit like that. And so Matt is just laughing. or whatever. And then what's funny to me is Rand thinks to himself like, yo, Perrin would know what to do.
I have that underlined. Did
you see that?
Yes, because Perrin was like, Rand would know what to do.
Yes.
He gets all the girls. Yes. And Rand's like, bitch, I don't want nothing to do with her. What would Perrin do?
Because Perrin knows how to deal with this
Meanwhile, nobody's thinking about Matt. Nobody's like, what would Matt do?
Nobody's
I just wanted to point that out. No one is like, I wonder what Matt would do in this situation. Man, wish we had that guidance and expertise. No one. Absolutely no one.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying. When you gotta, there's an obvious statement there.
Oh my God. So after dinner, they entertain a family. You know, hence the title of the chapter. Play for your supper or whatever. So Matt juggles and Rand plays Tom's flute, but never the harp, because Tom told him, your country bumpkin ass fingers
don't fuck my harp,
don't belong on them, don't touch my fucking harp,
because you pop a string, I'm gonna pop that ass.
Right. So
that's how that goes.
So he's still a little sad or whatever about Tom. So Else is flirting and Mama Grimwell peeps it like, what the fuck. Did you just bat your eyes at? Okay, let's see what's up.
You being fast and grown.
Fast ass and grown. So she's like, I got you. She was like, listen, they don't need to sleep in a barn. Because I guess if they slept in a barn, Elsa would probably try to sneak out to the barn or whatever.
She was going to try to sit on the hay.
No, she was like, they don't need to sleep in a barn. They need to be rewarded for everything. So, you know what, boys? Y'all sleep in Elsa's room. And Else, you sleep with me tonight.
Yep.
So Else was all mad.
Keep an eye on your little quick ass.
Little fast ass.
Ain't nobody trying to be no grandmother out here right now.
For real. I got 9 kids to feed.
All right. Okay, 9 of them things. Sheesh. Her uterus. Her vagina. Her womanly parts. 9?
Hey, you want to be flirting and shit.
Right.
Sit your ass down somewhere. All right. So the next day when they leave, Matt is just teasing Rand about everything. And they get to the next town. And it's called Arian. And they entertain at an inn in the next town and everything. And that night they slept well on the bed. They ate good and everything like that. And the next morning they got a ride with a farmer who was too drunk to drive his cart home the night before. And that's how they traveled, all the way until they got to a town called Four Kings. And that's how we end the chapter. What say you?
What say I? What's some things that stuck out to me? Here's one. So this comes from the idea that, Rand and Matt were quote unquote apprenticed under Tom.
Yes.
And they were learning all of the things that Tom knows. The juggling, the flute playing, the storytelling, all these things. I
think they were only learning those 2 things though. The flute and the...
Well, I think they tried, and he was just like, okay,
y'all
suck.
Yeah.
Right? Let's just focus on the things that you're good at.
Yeah.
And so I very distinctly remember Matt Trim saying, oh, this is dumb. We're just faking it. Why do we have to do this? You're my fucking nerd, as he was getting on mine.
Was that Matt? I feel like that was Rand that said that.
It might have been the both of them at different points. I think Rand was
like, wait, we're not really your apprentices. Right, why are we doing? And that's when Tom was like, nah, but listen, yo, Gleeman's life is kind of lit.
It's kind of lit. You better get down with the get down while you can.
You might not ever see your friends again.
Right.
So come fuck with me and this Gleeman's life. Right. We can go down to Alien and make some bread.
You like being hungry?
Right.
You like being on the run?
Like we eat good, we sleep good.
Right.
Yeah.
So whichever one of the two, right? I don't know. It might have been both of them, I feel like maybe. But whatever. They were just like, we don't want to do this. This is dumb. But now here we are.
They got to do
months later. And it's now a skill that they have to use in order to survive.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking in real life, how often does that happen to us? Where we've had to learn to do something that we thought was absolutely stupid, that we didn't want to do for whatever reason. And then 30 years later, you're like, I am actually really glad I learned how to do that stupid shit. Because now look at me needing it. And so I wanted to ask you, Shar, as you get your thinking cap on, which is why I made that explanation so long.
And I'm still thinking.
What lessons have you learned when you were younger that you thought was completely useless at the time, but actually came in handy much later in life?
I don't know. Maybe when I learned how to write a check, I was like 11. And, or 12. And we actually had a class in school similar to like home economics, where she taught us practical knowledge things.
Wow.
Yeah. And I remember one of the things is she taught us how to fill out a check, how to write a check. And so when I got grown, nobody else showed me how to, nobody had to tell me how to write. You know, when I opened my first bank account on my own, I was actually 17. I was actually so underage.
I mean, statutes of limitations. So,
yeah. So, because I graduated, I was 17 in college, and so I got a bank account. I was given money. I was given cash as a graduation present, and so I put it in a bank, and it was a checking account.
Yep.
And I knew how to use it. You know, so. That's the best I got, because, you know, you just be coming to me with these questions and I don't, you know, have time to think about it and everything. I'm sure there was some more things that I thought was useless, and I'm like, I'm glad I know that, you know. But it's so funny because a lot of people think like math is useless. You know,
I will never understand those people.
Yeah, I don't either, because math is like my jam.
I mean, some math does have me questioning, like, so in what practical reality of my life am I going to be using the Pythagorean theorem?
Right. I knew you were going to say that.
Because that's the one that everybody goes to, because that is the one that's like a squared plus b squared equals a. You're like, all right, I got it. I get it. And I can bust it down. Boom, look at this triangle. It's got all the measurements. But I ain't had to Pythagorean theorem. It's like unless you're an architect
or something.
Right.
It seems like it's a very specialized.
Yeah. So why am I learning it in the 5th grade?
You know, I think it's for the analytics. I think that the point of teaching like calculus and things like that, and making it like a requirement, is it teaches you to think analytically.
There are other ways to do that. I literally had a class that was called mathematical logic.
Yeah.
You remember that, right?
Yeah.
If P then Q. And
yeah. I loved that. I loved it.
I swear to God, I use that to this day.
Truth tables.
I use that to this day. Not in practice, right? Like, I'm not like, let me make a truth table. Yeah. But like when I'm saying something and I want to drive a point home, I'm like, bitch, if P then Q, right? Like if P then Q, like there's no other. This is it. This is the logic of it.
If and only if.
If and only if P then Q. So I use that phrase all the time. But bitch, I'm not trying out no truth tables.
Listen, friend listeners, why don't you answer the question in our Discord?
Yes, please.
Let us know, so long as this recording doesn't get lost.
Listen.
Let us know.
I keep looking at this thing too, like, you
make
better
sure
not
that
be no
still
bitch.
Up, right? Let us know what things did you learn early in life that later in life you realize like that was practical knowledge, and I'm glad I learned it. Because I'm stuck right now. I can't really think of anything. So let us know. Let's talk about it in the Discord.
Okay. Yeah.
What about you? Do you have anything before we go on?
Let me think, because I didn't think about this one.
That's hilarious.
I feel like I had something when I wrote this down, but then I went to sleep and woke up. And then, you know, it's with episode 15.
I mean, like, I was taught how to hand wash my clothes. So, like, is that practical now? Like,
I feel like that's always going to be practical.
I mean, like, sometimes the elevator is not working in my apartment building and I can't get down to the basement to do laundry. Because the laundry room is in the basement.
Oh, gosh.
And I need to wash something. I could just wash it. I don't know. I can't think of that.
Right. I feel like when it comes to me and information, it's weird because I'll either like chuck it or store it, right? Like there's no like in between. There's no like short-term memory with me. I don't think I have one. It's just like I either remember this thing, I learn it, and it is with me forever, or I have forgotten it 30 minutes after you've shown me, right? Yeah. So like, and when I'm thinking about things that I learned back in the day that I was just like, this is absolutely stupid, I'm never gonna have to learn how to do this, I probably don't even remember it. Yeah, because I already categorized it as useless. Yeah, and so it's gone. When I get into a situation where I may need that, I'm just simply like, I don't know how to do that. Someone show me how to do that.
The only other thing that I can think of, and this is slightly different, are things that we knew how to do just because of the generation that we are in. And, you know, because we're in a very unique space, I think, because we've been alive during a time where most of the technology and shit that we use now didn't exist. And so we still had to manage without those technologies. Like, for example, I'm thinking a very simple example, memorizing phone numbers. Yeah. Right? So I don't think I know your phone number. I know like the area code and that's it. But I don't know like the whole thing. I got that
lit area code.
Yeah, you got a different one. So, but like I know like people in my life. Like I know my mother's phone numbers, her house number and her cell number by heart. My kids, the phone numbers that they have, I know their numbers by heart. You know, if something were to happen to my phone or I lose my phone, I can call them. And I also taught them my phone. They know, you know, they come from this generation where people don't memorize phone numbers anymore. You just lock it, you know, you just click a name on your phone. Yeah. But I intentionally made them memorize their address. Yeah. My house number and my cell number.
Well, I don't consider that. So, I don't consider that.
That's why I said it's different.
Yeah, that's why I said it's different. Because that definitely comes in handy. Yeah, particularly with younger children. Like
and it has. My kids have both been. The younger kids have both been in situations where they needed to call me and they didn't have their phone. You know, and they were able to call me because they know my number by heart. Yeah. You know, so maybe they thought it was useless. But then when they didn't have their phone and they needed to call me, now they're like, oh shit, I'm so glad I know mommy's number by heart.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
I don't know, man. I wish I could think of some, because I feel like even just like being Black women, there are some things that we learned kind of, you know, in the collective that we were like, I'm never going to use this. This is stupid. Yeah. And then 30 years from now, we're like, oh, am I my mother? Yeah. What's happening? Why do I know how to do this? Yeah. You know?
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, what y'all think?
Let us know in the Discord.
Yeah. Do you have any water and shade or anything? Or we didn't have any sisses. We only had...
No, we didn't have no sisses. We didn't have no sisses. But let me just do it real quick, since I know this is everyone's favorite part.
Oh my God, you about to read somebody for filth? Who you reading for filth, Matt?
Oh, Matrim. The hell that is waiting for you will be fiery and deep in the trenches of the anus of the devil.
Damn.
Why?
Not devil ass.
Devil bum.
Damn.
Devil bum. Why do you have to be such an asshat at literally every turn? I told myself I would not waste another moment on your stupidity, and yet here I am. I have been told by several people that you are their favorite character, and now because your redeeming qualities list seem to be non-existent, I am now questioning those people. I almost don't even care what you do to make any of this right. You are a farm boy who doesn't know how to lay low, drink your water, and mind your business. And that is baffling, as I really believe farm folk excel at that. Oh my God. I don't even know how many other ways I can curse you out. Oh my God. But here we are, 2/3 of the way through the book, and you are still solidly the stupidest and by far the most selfish character I'll bank in the entire series. Go to hell and stay there, stuck in the crux of the devil's anus.
Trying to hold it in the whole time. Oh my gosh. All right, well. Feel good? You got that off your chest? You good now?
I don't understand you.
Did you release?
And some other people who I will not mention.
You're not finished yet, okay.
Who insist that this Matrim character is your favorite character. Don't get it. And every time y'all say it, I look at y'all with a side eye, because how? When you got motherfuckers like Nynaeve,
There's a lot of naive stands.
I get it.
There's a lot of naive stands.
Get it.
There's a lot of Egwene stands.
I bet
there's a lot of Moraine stands.
I'm sure there is.
You know, so.
You know, and the whole nine. There are a slew of characters. Some I've yet to meet that I'm sure are fucking heads and tails better than this asshat. Y'all pick Matt to be your favorite character? I don't think there's anything that he can do. I don't care what he does aside from sacrificing himself for the good of the group. I don't think there's anything that he can do.
You think that's gonna happen?
Is Match from going to like take a bullet for the team?
Yeah.
I wish he would. I wish.
And that's why everybody loves him?
Maybe. Swallow the dagger, Matt. That's what you could do.
Swallow the dagger.
Swallow the dagger.
Ruby and then
Ruby and then do some jumping jacks.
Oh shit.
Just to seal the deal. Just to make sure.
All right. So there we have it.
Done. Yep.
Mm-hmm. You finished? Are you finished or are you done?
Yeah. All three of them. Shoot.
Oh my gosh.
Done.
All right. So there you have it. That was the water and shade. Let us know what you think about that. Let us know if you also have shade from that from this chapter. Okay. So I think it's okay to move on.
Yeah, we can go on ahead.
Okay, great. So chapter 32 is called Four Kings in Shadow. And so Four Kings is actually the name of the town or city or whatever you want to call it that they get to. The chapter symbol is the dragon's fang. You remember what that means?
Darkness.
Yes. So people who accuse you of being a dark friend, they'll draw the dragon's fang on your door. Okay. So we're still in Rand's perspective.
Yeah, we are.
And Rand notices that Four Kings, the village in Four Kings, is bigger than most villages that he's ever seen. As if you've been out in the world, Rand.
Right.
Like, you only been to a couple of cities.
Limited scope.
Yeah. So, but something don't feel right. Rand's spidey senses are all tingling. He just doesn't like the feel of Four Kings. You know, the energy is fucked up, and he like, maybe we shouldn't stay here. Let's just keep it moving.
That'd have been enough for me to beat feet, but go on, because what does Matt say?
So Matt is like, fuck that. I'm used to sleeping in the bed.
Right.
Like, yo.
Old selfish bitch. Oh, excuse me.
So, you know, they got their little act. So, you know, they try to find an inn that doesn't already have musicians. And the inn that they find is called the Dancing Cartman. And the shit is all fucked up. It's filthy. Ain't hardly nobody in there. They said they got the amount of serving women was the same amount of patrons that they had in there, and they moving around, but they not really doing nothing.
Ain't nobody trying to get fired,
right? And they said there's still a lot of work. There's a lot of work to do, but they not doing that work. This, the inn is really filthy. So there's a lot of shit they could have been doing. So it's damn near empty. The innkeeper is named Samuel Hake, and Hake is the very first skinny innkeeper that Rand has ever seen.
What an observation. He's like, you're not eating well, huh? Business kind of slow, huh?
Well, you know, as you know, he's not good folk. You know what I'm saying? And so there's a saying in the fandom, never trust a skinny innkeeper.
Wow.
Because the skinny motherfucker tried to rob them.
I mean, blind
and
too.
He's abusive to his fucking servant women.
When he hauled off and backhanded that lady.
Just off, like, really? You gonna smack her for that? So let me, okay.
Yo.
So, you know, so they try to do their little spiel and say, this is what we could do. You know, we could juggle, you know, I do the flute or whatever. And Hake is like, I already got a musician. And so the servant girl is like, yeah, we ain't seen his ass in 2 days and da-da-da-da. And he just backhands her. Like, bitch, shut up. Men are talking. Like, that's what it was given. Like, oh my gosh.
I would be in Four Kings jail.
Yeah, like, I don't even think I would, at that point, first of all, if the town felt funny to me, I'm with like, Rand, your spidey senses, all right, fuck it, we not staying here. But let's say I decide like, nah, fuck it, we hungry, whatever, we want to sleep in the bed, da da da, and we get into this motherfucker. This shit is, first of all, this shit is filthy,
right? So you think you sleeping?
Yeah, I want to stay here, and then you smacking around your serving women. I don't even want to fuck with you. I don't want you to make money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's their spiel. Like, yo, we'll fill you in and blah, blah. I don't want you to make money.
Right.
You smacking your women around. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. But that's just me. All right. So
it ain't just you, girl.
So they convince Hake to let them stay and eat in exchange for the entertainment. Hake is basically drooling at Rand's sword. And like, yeah, y'all can stay. Right? So they do their thing, with the flute and Matt's juggling, and words start to spread, and the inn actually fills up. And so Hake has 2 bounces, Jake and Strom, and Rand basically peeps that Hake is going to try to rob him. So he tells Matt, like, yo, they're going to try to rob us. Matt is like, all right, but let's eat first before we leave.
Damn, why are they trying to stick me from my Hebron?
Right.
Damn, why are they trying to stick me from my Hebron?
Oh my gosh. So they decide, all right, we're going to eat first and then we'll try to run away. And so in the meantime, Rand notices a finely dressed man that looks so out of place in this filthy ass inn. So
kind of like Warren.
Right. Yeah, kind of like Warren, right? So the man is watching them and smiling and nodding notable nods knowingly. And they wonder who he is, and they both think that they recognize him, but they can't place him. So after like 2 hours of performing, they finally like, all right, it's time to eat. So long story short, they eat in the kitchen, and Rand is overhearing the women in the kitchen gossip about the finely dressed gentleman out in the common room. And so apparently he arrived after dark, and he must have been racing, because they said his horses were like really out of breath, as if he was pushing the horses like really, 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 really fast. So Rand has a hunch, and he goes outside, and he doesn't see the horses because the horses were taken away to the stable, but he sees the cart that the man came in. And now he remembers where he saw carts like that. And when they were back in Whitebridge, when they first got off the boat, when they were with Belle Dolman, he's noticed at the docks there were like carriages waiting to pick people up, and they looked just like this, and they had like people's names on the carriage. So he remembered that, like, oh, I seen this in Whitebridge, so this dude must be from Whitebridge. So he concludes that dude is from Whitebridge. It has his name on the carriage, so his name is Howell Gold. And then, he goes back inside. He tries to go back inside, but one of the bouncers, Jack, is trying to fuck with him. Like, oh, you out here by yourself?
Now, why would you do that?
Now, why would you do that or whatever, And, Rand says some slick shit, about his boss or whatever, so he lets him in and just like laughing at him like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm gonna get you later. Don't even worry about it. So he's back in the kitchen. Matt is on his 3rd plate of food.
Because that's all he's good for.
And Rand tells him like, yo, Duke is from Whitebridge. And so they're talking about it, and they guess correctly that he's a dark friend. They're like, maybe he's a dark friend. And turns out he is a dark friend. So they go back into the common room because Hake is like, listen, motherfuckers, y'all not here to eat. Y'all here to fucking shuckle and jive. So gets to shucking and jiving. And so they performing. And Rand is thinking like, yo, this inn is like really a good trap. Like, we really have nowhere to fucking go.
Literally.
So Gold is still smiling and, staring at them and nodding notable nods knowingly. And after everybody left, Gold was the last motherfucker there. And so he books a room at the inn. He's still smiling and like, yeah, I want to see y'all later or whatever. So they show Rand and Matt to an old storeroom where they're going to sleep. And so once they get in there, they like, fuck, what we gonna do? So they, they definitely believe that they're going to try to get them while they sleeping. So they try to bar the door. They find like these wedges and they bar the door. And they're like, we just going to go out this window right here. Side note, it's like raining crazy, like thunder, lightning. It's points like a whole deluge, right? So Matt tries to climb up to the window. And he gets to the window. He's like, fuck, there's bars on the door, on the windows, iron bars. And so Matt found a crowbar. And so he's trying to like pry open the bar, but he's, they try to do it when there's thunder so they don't make noise. Like they wait for the thunder and try to bang or do whatever they're doing or whatever. And it's not working. It only opens like a little bit. It doesn't like, at that rate, it'll take them probably like till the next day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they'll already be dead by then. So, so they hear banging and they like, Hake, leave us the fuck alone. We trying to sleep.
Right.
But it's not Hake. It's Dark Friend. So Dark Friend is like, nope. It's not Hake, but you don't got to worry about them. They sleeping.
Right.
Like,
that was the least of your problems.
Like, yeah. Like I took care of them. So don't worry about it. So I just want to read some, this little exchange right here. Because he's a Dark Friend. So I just want, want us to see what Dark Friends sound like. The things that they say. So he basically was like, yeah, don't worry, let me in. We need to talk or whatever. So he says, of course we have things to talk about. You know that as well as I. I saw it in your eyes. I know where you are, perhaps better than you do. I can feel it coming from you in waves. Already, you halfway belong to my master. Stop running and accept it. Things will be so much easier for you. If the Tarvalan hags find you, you'll wish you could cut your own throat before they are done, but you won't be able to. Only my master can protect you from them. Right? So Rand is like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Right? And so then he realized, he hears like squeaking. So he realized Gold is not by himself. Like he hears other people's footsteps or whatever. So Gold continues, stop being foolish, my young friends. You know very well. The great Lord of the Dark has marked you for his own. And so just a note, people who are Dark Friends and who, when they talk about the Dark One, they call him the great Lord of the Dark. People who follow the light call him the Dark One.
Yeah.
They will never say the great Lord of the Dark. So that's just, if you ever hear anybody say the great Lord of the Dark, immediately you already know they're Dark Friend.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So the great Lord of the Dark has marked you for his own. It is written that when he awakes, the new Dreadlords will be there to praise him. You must be two of them, else I would not have been sent to find you. So somebody sent him. So basically somebody sent him and he just happens to walk into the inn because he was going to leave. Yep. They said he came in, looked around at the nastiness and turned around and just caught, Rand and Matt like, oh shit, did they go right there? Right. Motherfuckers I've been looking for or whatever. So, okay. So you must be two of them, else I would not have been sent to find you. Think of it. Life everlasting and power beyond dreams. He continues, Gold is like, I tire of this. You will submit to my master, to your master, or you will be made to submit. That would not be pleasant for you. The great Lord of the Dark rules death, and he can give life in death or death in life as he chooses. Open this door. One way or another, your running is at an end. Open it, I say. So I wanted you to note that also. The great Lord of the Dark rules death, and he can give life in death or death in life as he chooses. So he's basically saying, like, even if you die, that's not going to save you. Yep. Because the great Lord of the Dark could still get to you in your afterlife.
Freddy Krueger ass.
So now they're like trying to bang open the door, but the wedges are stopping it. Yeah. Right. And so Rand and Matt are like, oh my God, we're fucking stuck. Like, we need a way out. Right. So, and I want to read this part again as well. So Matt is like, Rand, there's no way out. So the words seem to drift to Rand through wool stuffed in his ears. No way out. Thunder muttered overhead and was drowned in a slash of lightning. Have to find a way out. Gold called to them, demanding, appealing. The door slid another inch toward being open. A way out! Light filled the room, flooding vision. The air roared and burned. Rand felt himself picked up and dashed against the wall. He slid down in a heap, ears ringing and every hair on his body trying to stand on end. Dazed, he staggered to his feet. His knees wobbled, and he put a hand against the wall to steady himself. He looked around in amazement. The lamp, lying on its side on the edge of one of the few shelves still clinging to the walls, still burned and gave light. All the barrels and crates, some blackened and smoldering, lay toppled where they had been hurled. the window, bars and all, and most of the wall too, had vanished, leaving a splintered hole. The roof sagged and tendrils of smoke fought the rain around the jagged edges of the opening. The door hung off its hinges, jammed in the doorframe at an angle slanting into the hall. So what happened?
He channeled again.
Mm-hmm. So he asked Matt what happened, and Matt is like, it was lightning. I saw the lightning. But what I noted is that right when he said a way out, light filled the room. Mm-hmm. So before the explosion, light filled the room. So I think it's pretty obvious that Rand channeled in that moment, and he busted the wall down.
It's crazy
with the channel. So I think it was lightning, but I think it came from Rand.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I mean, I fucking know what happened.
I'm
but
so we're just gonna pretend like you don't know, because we could do that too.
I do that. That's actually my approach. I pretend, even though I know what's gonna happen, I try to put myself in that lens of I don't know what's gonna happen. So it's like I'm enjoying the story again. Over, you know what I'm saying? Like for the first time. Yeah.
It feels like the first
time. I literally do that. All right. So now Matt can't see. He's fucking blind. They grab their things from the rubble and they break out. Goldsman is dead.
Wild.
On the ground, and they run away in the storm, and that's how the chapter ends.
Ooh. So a lot happened there.
Yes.
I think of all the things that stood out to me was like the dumbest thing.
Like what?
So what stuck out to me? Sorry, I wanted to bring some levity to this one, because I was like, "Whoo, child, there's a lot of happening."
Yeah, a lot of serious shit.
But so when they're going, and I think we might have mentioned this before, but when they're playing these songs, or like when people are like telling them to play these songs, and they're realizing, oh, they're talking about this song, right? They're
right. It's a different. It's the same song, but a different name, different lyrics. Yeah.
And so they're like, and a lot of that I'm assuming is like because it's regional.
It's a regional thing.
When it travels, things get turned or telephoned and changed around.
Yeah, if you remember back when Perrin and them first got with the Tinkers, and they were asking them, well, do you know?
Yeah. The Muffin Man.
No, do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man
on Drury Lane. No, they asked them a song, and the song title was like "Tinkers Stole My Pots" or something.
Yep.
And the Tinkers all fell out laughing, like they knew the song, but it was totally different name, the same melody.
Yep.
But yeah.
So I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
What are some songs or stories or just general things that you know by one name, but it's called something different in another region?
Okay, so not songs. I don't know any songs because songs are songs and they have their titles.
Not in this world, but go
on. But yeah, in our world, I don't know of any songs that have different names.
Well, no, that's not true, because we do that all the time.
What do you mean?
So in our culture, we love to give a song a different title.
Oh, we'll give it a different title.
Yeah.
But like, it's not known as a different title. Like, we do that fucking around.
Ask your mama to play Differences by Genuine. She gonna tell you she don't know what that is. But if you tell her to play My Whole Life Has Changed by Genuine, she gonna be like, oh, bitch, that's number 2 on the recorder.
When we use the lyrics. The hook, when we name the song by the hook and stuff like that. Yes. We do that. We do that all the time. We name when we don't know the title of the song. We think the title of the song is the hook, and sometimes songs are not titled by the hook. Yeah, that definitely happens. I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, my bad. Whoopsie.
What are some things that are so what comes to mind is like regional differences in terms of what we call items.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't wear tennis shoes. I wear sneakers.
Yes.
All right. I
very specifically wear kicks.
Sneakers or kicks.
Yep.
Kicks work. They're interchangeable.
Yep. Yes.
But I have never have I ever worn tennis shoes.
Or drink a soda pop.
I have. Oh my gosh.
That one tickles my fucking bones, because I'm like, soda pop.
And sometimes they just say pop.
Right.
You want some pop? What?
Go get you a cool
You trying to hit me?
from the fridge. Get you a pop.
What are you talking about? Pop. Oh my gosh. So I've never had that. Never have I ever had a water ice. I've had an icy.
Who calls it water ice?
South Jersey and Philly.
Bye.
Water ice.
Bye.
It's an icy.
What's an icy? What is a water ice? It's not even water.
Don't even sound
it's
like appealing.
Sugar and high fructose corn syrup,
right?
And like food coloring,
right?
There ain't no water in it.
Ain't no water in it.
Are you trying to give something nutritional value that doesn't have it? Damn it! That is an icy.
Yeah. So that's what comes to mind when like regional differences, things that we call even like the sneakers that I wore here today. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know why I'm looking for them.
I don't know either. I'm there.
Like I didn't leave them.
It's fine. It's
at
okay.
the door. We don't wear shoes in our house.
We don't. Nor do we put them in the bed.
No.
Nor do
none of
anyway.
That nasty shit. So I wore a pair of my Uptowns. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And they're only called Uptowns here
in New York.
In New York. Mm-hmm. Everywhere else they're called Air Force Ones. And then
Nelly
that goddamn Nelly song is what really, really did it. Yeah. Had everybody calling. So I remember I had some on and so I was like, oh, you got your Air Force Ones? I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
But you mean my crispy ups?
I was like, oh, that's literally the name, the actual name of the sneaker.
And our New York asses, like,
and we get angry too.
Right. Like I need a crispy pair of black, white ups. Crispy pair of white ups. That's what I wanted.
I had my first pair in 6th grade.
Really?
Yep.
In
86.
Fancy.
In 86 because I was spoiled. So I didn't ask for much, but what I asked for, I got. So I was like to my grandmother.
You was rocking crispy ups.
I was like, Mommy, I had some white on whites. I was like, Mommy, I need some new sneakers. I know exactly which ones are really, really good. Mm-hmm. And we went to the store. I showed her right to the Uptowns. Mm-hmm. And I had my white on whites.
Listen,
back in 86
I had 2 pairs of crispy ups and I would interchange them because once you scuff it or it get bent or it get dirty, you gotta let them go. But then I'm about to say something wild. I inadvertently, I think my mom got me because it's the same sneaker just in black, but she got me some black ups. And I was like highly offended.
Like, who wears black Uptowns?
I don't care how open to violence I am. I'm not putting on no black ups.
You know who did have on some black Uptowns? Did you watch BMF?
No.
Oh, you don't watch BMF?
No, I don't watch BMF.
Oh
I can't.
God.
I need a break from 50 Cent. He's getting too much of my attention with this whole Power universe.
Gosh. Oh my gosh.
But yeah.
There was a character on there who was something else. Yeah. He was killing people all the time.
No, listen.
In his black ups.
I hear you.
But they was in Detroit, so they probably called them Air Force Ones over there. I don't know. I don't know what Detroit. But Detroit people definitely say pop.
And I don't understand that.
They absolutely
Where
say
do
pop.
they get that from?
I don't know. Maybe it's because soda pops and sizzles and everything. I don't know. It's soda. It's soda, yo. Just call it soda. What is this?
You can literally just call it by its name.
Literally.
You can just call it a Pepsi, a Coke, a Fanta.
Right.
You don't gotta make shit
You want
up.
some pop?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Sorry, y'all. If we offended anybody.
Oh well.
Damn.
Welcome to WoT In Color, motherfucker.
Oh shit.
No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry, friend listeners. We do not try to intentionally offend anybody.
No, not at all. Not at all. We on our New York shit right now.
Nah,
that's really
seriously though, because now I'm thinking, right, like, so when it comes to that whole icy shit, right, there are different types of ices. Yes. Right? Like you got
the one where you go to mommy out in the street and she got the whole big block of ice and she's shaving it. Right, and then you pick whatever flavor.
She puts exactamente. She puts the high fructose corn syrup with the directly into the. So if you're not Spanish and you're not calling it a piragua, you're calling it shaved ice.
Shaved ice. Yep.
You get a shaved ice.
Yeah, not a water ice.
Not a water ice. Even though there's actually ice. Like
it's actual ice.
I don't know. Listen, it is a. I don't know how they do this because they be out there, it be 98 degrees, and
it's black ice, and not melt.
They be out there all day. Just shave it down, this solid block of ice with that little towel. And they just be getting it in. I be like, man.
Then you got your ices that's in the long plastic the long plastic
that
thing.
That comes in the pack.
In the
like
different colors or whatever. And you used to get them for 25 cents, yo. 10-cent ices. The 10-cent ices was the smaller ones. The big, thick ones was 25-cent ices.
And then you got the ices that came in the cup.
Then you got the Italian ices.
The scrapes. I used to call them the scrapes.
Okay, so we just call them Italian ices.
No, I didn't call them Italian.
Because they literally said on the packaging,
but like you literally scrape it.
You are scraping.
You're scraping
but
it
did
with
you
the wooden
ever
spoon.
Put it upside down? Did you ever try to turn it?
Yes,
because all the sugar was at the bottom.
That's what all the diabetes was. That's what you wanted. So you had to go in there. You scrape, right. Lick, and
you
then
dig
like
a little
you dig
around, and then you flip it.
Yes. Why do we live the same life and we're 10 years apart? I'm telling y'all, black culture is everywhere.
Yeah, and then we got the regular ices too. I get my cocoa mango.
Oh,
and
baby.
Cherry and pineapple.
Cocoa cherry, baby.
Yeah, I would get cocoa mango and pineapple.
Yeah.
There's still a icy lady on the corner of where I live.
Word?
I was about to say exactly where I live. I don't have to name the streets.
Don't do that, girl. Don't do
There's an icy lady. Yeah, it's $2. Ices is $2. $2.
$2.
Y'all
remember when they used to be like 50 cents?
Yep, it's $2.
Bruh.
Yeah, me and baby girl was, we had just got off the train or whatever, and she was right there, and she was like, "Mom, I want an icy." I was like, "I want an icy too."
Okay.
And let's get it. And we got ices.
So
the cups are the same.
Because our friend Julie, we bigged her up on the show when she opened up her learning center.
Juliet, yes.
She had
there was icy.
She had an icy out there, but the joints was like $5.
Oh, they was, and we was buying them too.
And we was like, so let me get the big one.
Right.
I want the big one.
Right.
Can you do cocoa cherry?
You got cocoa cherry. You got cocoa mango.
You got rainbow. Put rainbow on the side.
Rainbow. All right, I want rainbow on the bottom, and then I want cocoa mango, and then cherry on top.
Because we was wild annoying with that.
Yeah, we had combinations.
We definitely were. And I would get pissed if you put more cherry than cocoa. And then I would get pissed if you put the cherry on top of the cocoa. Like, I want to start off with the light flavor and bring me down to the sugar, right? Bring me down to the diabetes. That's what I was like, bruh.
I don't want to have diabetes at the first bite.
I need
first lick or whatever.
Into this.
Yeah.
And just like top, and then like if they was trying to be stingy, and they didn't want to top it off. I'm like, where's my cone? Because they're supposed to come and make the cone at the top
and make it. Yeah, they shape it
down. They shape it for you. I'm like, nah, you played with my cone. You could put some extra on there. Build that bitch up. Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
We ain't got all day. This is 50 cents.
Right. It's $2 now.
50 cents.
$2.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, listener friend for listeners. Let us know. Hit us up in the Discord. Let us know where y'all from. I know we got folks from everywhere.
Literally.
So I know that, there's a lot of differences with terminology once you leave the United States.
Yeah.
But for the folks that are not in the US, did y'all realize that within the US we have our regional differences as well?
Yeah. And is it like that in your country?
Let us know.
Yeah, because I'm like, I know for sure we have a listener from Australia, and I'm just like, is it like different in Sydney than it is in Melbourne? Like,
right? Yeah. Is the slang different?
Yeah.
Can you tell somebody from Sydney versus somebody from Melbourne?
Right. Is the
like
accent
here
different?
Yeah. Like here we can, we know when somebody's not from New York.
Yeah. Which is wild because when people be like, "Oh, you sound like you from New York," I'm like, "What? We don't got no accent."
We're the only people that don't have accents.
But we literally don't. We're a melting pot. New York is a melting pot.
But it's
you
so
go down
funny.
to the south, it ain't that melty.
It's not that melty.
So, you roll up there, everybody's got that twang to them. You know, like you come to New York, you could be from anywhere.
Yeah.
So let's get on with the rest of the show. We'll continue this in the Discord.
So, do you have any water and shade for this chapter?
No.
When they get away,
Matchroom forever.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You got any other themes besides?
No.
What do you predict is going to happen? They have Matt is blind. It's raining. they're running away.
Oh, is he blind for real? I don't think I caught that.
He said he can't see, and he said I can't even see my hands. He said that because he looked at the lightning. Because Rand was like, "What happened?" And
listener,
Matt was
friend, listener,
"It was lightning. I saw it."
Patreon member, light blinded fool. I need you to jump into the Discord. Is that where you got your name from?
That's funny.
Is that where you got your name from? Light blinded fool, listener, friend, listener, patron, subscriber. Please get into the Discord. Is that where you got your name from? Light blinded fool.
Look at Keba trying to put some stuff together.
Wow.
I love it.
Wow.
Yeah, let us know.
Blind? Like permanently?
I don't know if he's permanently blind, but in
this, she gonna pretend like she don't know now. Okay.
I always do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In this, what I'm speaking directly to what we saw in the text, right? And in the text, Rand was like, "What happened?" And Matt was like, "It was lightning." You know, he's like, "Damn, I can't see my hands."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He said, "Okay." A pile of crates suddenly heaved apart and Matt stood up in the middle of it. He weaved on his feet, blinking and fumbling at himself as if wondering if everything was still attached. He peered toward Rand. "Rand, is that you? You're alive. I thought we were both..." He broke off, biting his lip and shaking. It took Rand a moment to realize he was laughing and on the edge of hysteria. I missed that part. Rand was laughing on the edge of hysteria.
He just channeled.
So then he says, "What happened, Matt? Matt, what happened?" One last shiver racked Matt, and then he was still... Okay, so Matt was laughing. I don't know who was laughing.
No, Rand was laughing.
Because then he says, "One last shiver racked Matt." What shiver was that?
Of fear? Is he blind? I don't know.
Lightning, Rand. I was looking right at the window when it hit the bars. Lightning. I can't see worth... He broke off, squinting at the aslant door. His voice went sharp. "Where's Gold?" So, hastily helping separate their belongings from the rubble, he, Rand, grabbed Matt's arm and half pulled, half guided his friend through the gaping hole into the night. Matt clutched his arm, stumbling beside him with his head pushed forward in an effort to see. Right?
It's all fun and games so somebody lose an eye.
Right. "What is it?" Matt asked. "Blood and ashes. I can hardly see my own bloody hand." So Rand was looking at Gold's men dead. And so Matt couldn't tell what that was.
Yeah.
So...
Listener, friend.
Matt can't see right now.
Friend, listener. Light blinded fool.
She needs to know.
I need to know.
Light blinded fool, let us know where you got your name from. Please. And if you cannot say, then let her know that too.
Either way, don't ghost me. Thank you. I look forward to the discourse in the Discord.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, girl.
All right. So what's gonna happen? Predictions.
Keba's asinine predictions. All right.
That was a good one. I think we may have to save that little clip.
We say that every time.
We say it every time.
We're gonna splice them together.
Yeah.
Okay. Prediction. Rand and Matt make it to Camelin before everyone else. I don't know how. Now that I'm realizing that Matt is blind, maybe I have to change that because maybe they don't make it before everyone else.
Okay.
But I originally said they would make it before everyone else and they would run into Perrin and Egwene because we already know that Perrin and Egwene are going. They ain't pass and go or collecting $200.
Because they're going.
They are citizens.
Up,
they won't let me out. No. I think Rand will channel one more again to save Perrin and Egwene from the Israelite whites. And they won't see Moiraine and Lan and Nynaeve again until Tarvalon. Which changes some of my other predictions. So I don't know if I want to make that a true prediction as of yet.
Okay.
I don't think I have enough information.
So before we talked about how Moiraine was like, "I'm going to go help the one I can find."
Yeah.
Because the one who's to the north of me. And she doesn't know. But we know that the one who's to the north of her is Perrin. So they're going towards where Perrin and Egwene are locked up with the white coat. So they're going towards them.
I feel like Moiraine and Lan are smart enough to know that when they get to the area, even if they're not there, that this is a setting and that they shouldn't,
I would imagine that they're pretty well versed on the world.
Right.
They probably do know what's wet and what's
Yeah,
where. You know,
so-
they know about Arid Hall, you know, Shar Logith. Why wouldn't they know about an abandoned setting?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
interesting to see how that plays out when they get to the setting and if there's anything or anyone there. Maybe some of the wolves stayed behind. So that
Stayed behind where?
at the setting.
Oh, when the White Cloaks came,
Yeah.
but they left it. They fought, and you know, because they don't like people.
Yeah, but if they stayed behind at Perrin's behest and
Maybe they went wherever Elias went.
oh, that's
'Cause we
true.
don't
I
know where
forgot about
Elias went.
He beat feet.
Yeah.
He was just like, well,
He was like, I'm gonna see you on the other side.
right.
Deuces.
This is keep your head up.
Right.
And so Rand is starting to realize that he is doing something special. And by special, I mean channeling.
Okay.
I think that it's going to dawn on him. I mean, this is the third time, almost practically in a row, where he has been in a no way out, I should be dead situation.
And he gets out of it.
And he gets out of it
Miraculously.
miraculously.
Yeah.
And so I think he's going to start to realize, it's me.
Yeah.
I'm the problem.
I'm the miracle.
Right.
Yeah.
And those are the predictions that I have thus far, which I like to make a motion to hold those predictions.
Not Robert's rule.
Yeah. And it's not even enough of us to conduct it. We don't have quorum.
We don't have quorum.
No.
Oh well.
But anyway, yeah, I want to put an asterisk on some of those predictions that I made because I just don't think I have enough information to fully be, plant my flag in that hill.
So here's what I will tell you, and I told you this earlier. The next two chapters are also
Rand.
we're still
still with Rand.
We're still with them. So maybe you want to wait until then to see what's going to happen.
Perfecto. I like that.
Yeah.
That increases my chances of being correct.
Yeah.
I
think you're doing pretty good though,
I would
percentage
like
wise.
to think so.
Yeah. So the next two chapters. Chapter 33 is called The Dark Waits.
Oh.
And chapter 34 is called The Last Village. What does that mean to you?
Ooh, that's the
said,
last village before Tarvalon.
Before Tarvalon. Okay.
Wait. Let me
You want to look at the map?
Let me look at the map. I'm turning.
She's actually, I'm so proud.
So we left Whitebridge. We trying to get to, we was
We
here.
left Four Kings.
Four Kings.
Yes. What's
so
next?
we left Whitebridge. We left Four Kings.
Yep. What's next? Now, villages are not listed on the map because
Right.
they're too small.
So is it
Only cities are listed. So the last village before what?
Camelin. The last village before Camelin.
Okay.
Or is this a road? What are the dots and what are the straight lines? Because I don't know how to read them all.
Let me see.
And
Because some might be rivers.
there is no key. There's no key on that map.
So
I don't feel bad at all.
So one of them is a river and one of them is a road.
Shar doesn't know how to read the map either.
The straight lines, the solid lines are rivers.
Okay.
And the dotted lines are roads.
the roads?
Yes.
Okay. So yes, that is the last village before Camelin. So they are going to make it to Camelin soon.
Okay. So that changes up everything that you just said that they're going to get to Camelin first. So this solidifies that for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Although I don't see any steading on here or where I don't see where
so the
Perrin and Egwene are coming from.
So all we know is that they're coming from somewhere from the north, and the abandoned setting is abandoned, so it wouldn't be on anybody's map.
Be on the map. Okay.
To regular folks is just some grass.
Right.
All right.
I
don't know if there's any steading on. Let me see.
I was about to say I don't think so, but I think you would know best.
I don't think I see any steading on this map. And this is not zoomed in. Like sometimes in the book, you'll get like a zoomed in map.
Yeah, concentrated area.
Yeah. Okay, here's a steading. Steading Shanghai. All the way to the east. Southeast. So that's a steading.
Oh, okay. Look at that.
And since it's on the map, then we know that there are some Ogier that live there. There should be a community of Ogier that live in steading Shanghai. Shang what?
Shanghai?
Shanghai.
Shanghai.
Yeah.
All right. That's good to know. So that means we're probably either going to go there or have somebody from there. Mm-hmm. One of the two, probably both. Who knows? Shar knows, but she won't tell me. That's fine.
Sure won't.
It's okay.
Rayful. RJ did it to us.
Did you just say fuck me?
No, I did not.
In Wheel of Time?
No, I did. Is that what Rayful means? Rayful means fuck you in Wheel of Time? Mm-hmm. So does that mean that RJ said fuck you to us fans?
It did.
Oh my gosh. RJ's so rude.
With a smile. I bet.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. So I think that's it. Unless you have something else.
No, I'm good. We could keep this truck moving right along.
So last week, which y'all didn't hear because we lost the goddamn recording.
Sheesh.
We mentioned that our beloved Call Me Nakomi has restarted her podcast. So we will include the description so long as we don't lose this recording.
I know.
We will definitely include the link to her podcast. It's called Call Me Nakomi World. Please check it out.
Yes.
You know, I know a lot of us have missed getting content from Call Me Nakomi. So
please
this
go.
is very refreshing and we love it and we're very happy. And also the website tarvalon.net has a podcast. If anybody didn't know, I actually didn't know this. It's called Tarvalon Talks.
Oh.
So check that out as well. I will include a link in the description box to Tarvalon Talks.
Yes.
And that's about it.
All of our daddies out there, our papas, our grandpapas, our
father figures,
big papas, our
big
dog
brothers,
dads, our men, uncles, and I don't know why I'm talking like that.
I don't either.
But
you're gonna continue.
Sounded inspirational. Yes. You know, I was on my MLK.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. Yeah, and hopefully y'all get to hear this and hear our Father's Day greetings.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you got something other than a tie and socks and, got your feet up, got the power tools you wanted. All that stereotypical shit. Right. Love y'all, mean it.
Definitely.
Enjoy.
Definitely. All right. So... yeah, you want to let the people know where they can find us?
Absolutely. I'm not naming all of them anymore because I think by
it's not necessary.
16, y'all should know. Yeah, but you can find us across all social media platforms at WoT In Color, WoTINCOLOR. You can also talk to us because we talk back in our Discord. If you need the link, it's in the description box or it's in our bios on our social media pages and it's all over the place. And if you want to directly talk to us, send us an email, wotincolor@gmail.com.
Yep.
Yes.
And there it is.
That's it.
All right. Well,
another one in the books.
And another one in
the books. Look at us. We just a little engine that could.
Little engine that could, just moving right along.
Yes.
So everybody, thank y'all so much for listening to WoT In Color.
Yes.
Remember to come in love and go in peace.
Just don't let the light blinded fool blind you on the way out. Deuces. Hit me up in the Discord, please. Bye.